Hey, good evening and welcome to release day and release party and live stream episode 15. Woo! Good evening, everybody. Already there? I have to watch a few ads before I can see my own stream. Okay, skipping out. Yes, it looks like it's operational. I hope you all also just spent the last 15 seconds watching ads for various things. I'm gonna pop out the chat so I have that without using the CPU of the video. So I can close that one. Keep this one open and say hi to all of you. To Atla, Jody, hey Jody, I didn't get the eyes yet. Jonas, hey, good evening, how are you? Your host plants is going to be featured tonight. Natalie, Chim Chim Cherry, and Chris, Hanning, good evening. Hanning is the Zoom master of tonight. So if you join on Zoom, Hanning is the person who will control who appears as the focus person through some of the tracks. I shall now post the link to Zoom participation. There should be a link arriving in the comments on all platforms right now, where if you click that link, Zoom will open up and you should appear on the screen here, and on the screen here, and on the screen there behind the syntax error. You're actually there, or in the kitchen here. Let's stay in the kitchen for a little while because it's so warm. It's nice to be close to the fridge. Yes, thank you, Hanning. He also helped out yesterday at the general rehearsal. So last night I did a general rehearsal of tonight for the live tier on Patreon. That was brilliant. I mean, that's probably the best idea I had all this year. So stupid, I came up with it like at the very last minute. But that was great because then I went through the whole performance. I kind of found things that didn't really work. I can shift things around a bit. And also I'm so much more relaxed today. Like yesterday, and all of the other performances, I go pretty much straight from production into performance. This is not great, but I think that's part of being an artist. It has to be perfect. So I work until the very last second, and for the last 3 hours, everything is kind of falling into place. That makes for a very stressful final 3 hours. So it's great when you're kind of forced to do a general rehearsal. I think that's why they made this up. The producers understood that like we have to force the artist to be finished a few days before, so we can kind of tune it before it's perfect. So we had that last night, and that was really great, both doing it and also the conversation we had afterwards. And then I had today to just nudge things a bit here and there, rehearse the things that I wasn't good at. And then also I could focus on the release because it's a release party! Woo-hoo-hoo! And check this out, I'm gonna play flute today. So you hear there's a flute in the background here in the track, but of course that's sampled. I sample it and then I write the melody for it and kind of process the flute to play the way I want. And I have a funny story. I will repeat the story later, so I will rehearse it now. In 2004 or so, at the second or third Ugress tournée, we were touring Norway and playing all kinds of places. And what always happened, and there's particularly one moment where I still remember it very vividly. After the concert, lots of people want to talk to you, and some people are upset. There was this woman, and she came up to us after the concert and like, I could hear a flute in the music, but there was no flutist on stage. And I'm like, It's sample based. Alec, did you hear an American actor, or did you hear the 5,000 horns or what? Like, it's all samples. But she was like, if you put a flute into, maybe she was a flutist and she was offended. I don't know. But it took me only 21 years, and now I'm here, and I am. Check it out, Sour Lady from 2004. I'm fluting. Max Trooper, good evening. And Tova, I know you are both. You're in two places. I think so, right? Who did it? Leo today. I figured out today that Leo is Hemp Knight, or he deliberately told me. So I connected. These are the two people, and in my head I have connected to Ove and Max Trooper. Are you the same person, right? Just on different platforms. This is one of the things I will spend the summer working on. I would like to have, I've said this before, I would like to have a little bit of a system. I do save everything, and I have like a database of things. It's just really hard for me to find things. So when I talk with somebody on one platform, I know what we have spoken of before, but I can't always correlate with who you are on other platforms, particularly on Discord. We're chatting a lot on Discord. I'm not always sure who is who. Sometimes I think I have misunderstood who is who. But it's not critical. But this is something I would like to both. I need a system to help me because I'm very bad with memorizing. I think I've shown you guys a picture of what I'm looking at right now. Is a screen of myself with the comments, and then lots of papers with all the lyrics for the songs. Like some of the songs have only 5 words, but I still need a paper in front of me to remember. Like, you got the music. That's all I need to remember, but I need a paper for it. Denim, hey, hello, Romania, so cool. Thanks for all your comments lately. I think I haven't managed to reply to all of them, but I really appreciate all your comments on YouTube. Oh, and everybody send their best wishes to Atla. He's a bit what's the word when you're a bit you're in a healing process, so he won't be able to participate so much tonight, but please send your blessings to Atla. He's healing and healing well. I hope it's as warm as here, which I think like warm temperatures are good for your body, except if it's something with the lungs, then you should go high in the mountains, I think. Kasper, so good that you are here. If I remember correctly, you wished for Kosmonaut, right? So, you will get your wish today. Morten, her det podsatt fast? Well, I didn't understand that. Leo, hello? Yes, we were just speaking about you. Hemp Night. And Jody, thank you for... Jody suggested, because you know I have so much trouble with the laptops in the heat. And today it's like 36 degrees outside. It's probably 40 degrees in here. There's a big fan blowing air on me right now. I will be okay, but the laptops might crash multiple times. Let's see. You know, it happens. And Jody suggested I should get packages of frozen peas or frozen fruit or whatever and put under the laptop so they're standing on this ice, and through 1 hour or so they will then be cooled down by this ice. This is not a dumb idea. I actually want to do something like that, but we spoke about it earlier today, and I would like some time to test this because I'm not sure how much liquid and how stable this would be and if it's effective at all. I would like to test that before actually doing it in a production setting. Yes, to Mox Trooper, I have one person connected. I think Mox Trooper and the Starship Troopers, no, with Stormtrooper outfits. That's my connection. So if you please, all of you could please connect your usernames to your outfits or something, that would help me visually to remember who you all are. Bomba, good evening. Yes, it's a release night and I'm gonna check in. Spotify gives artists an app where you can watch how your release is doing in real time. And what I can see from this one, I know that Thursdays is not a good time. So in total, this album has had it's been out for almost a year because it calculates with the singles. So Teddy Bear's Picnic and The Door into a Room with the JPEG and all the singles are counting in the total streams for the album. So the total streams for the album is quite high, but there are of course 8 songs that has not been released before today, and they have so far. Candyslam has been played 200 times on Spotify today. This sounds very little. It's very little, of course, but that is, I think, tomorrow that number is going to explode because it's release radar tomorrow. So, which is very important for me. That is when most people discover new tracks from artists, including me. So it's very important for me to get material out and have it out in time for Friday, and this is why I'm doing the live streams on a Thursday. Is it? Oh yes, now it's happening again, like yesterday. The frame rate on the broadcasting computer drops. Can you? Because to me, of course, everything on most computers are running, and audio particularly, because I hear audio first and then it's streamed out. Now it's going slowly back up. It was again OBS that is causing me trouble, and that has not happened before. OBS is the software that's the final element. I package everything together with VDMX and then it's sent out with OBS. So OBS is just supposed to kind of push pixels to the web, and I never had problems before tonight. The only thing I can point at is the heat. All the computers are kind of, when it's so warm, they throttle. That means the CPU are stopping the computer from doing things so fast, because when the computer does things fast, it gets warm, and when it gets too warm, it will crash. Sometimes they actually just crash because they get too warm too quickly. Thank you, Mitcha, for saying that audio is okay. Luis, Carlos, hey, the desert in Mexico. Wow, I bet you have more heat than me at the moment. Alfonso, hola. I need more frozen beans, that's true. And me and Jody were chatting about, like, I could start like a cooking service. Like, I would put frozen things under my laptops, and after a live stream, they would be finished cooked. So I could earn extra money by selling like live stream cooked beans or peas or fruit or whatever. I would be a millionaire within a century or so. Okay, the frame rate picked up a bit, but I can see it blinking. That was a bit weird. Turn it on and off again, see if that helps. Mikkel, hello, you made it! I'm looking forward to this too. And sorry for missing your living room. I will have to say this to everybody. There are some living rooms, everybody sent me your living rooms in December. And at the same time, I had trouble with my email. So some of your emails got to me, but they ended up in a different mailbox. And I just discovered this a few weeks ago. And I spoke with Mikkel about something else. And then your sound system was not in the living rooms. So if you have noticed that your living room, you sent me the living room and it was not in the living room episode, and there will be another episode of those later tonight, please just remind me, hey, my living room is not in your living room video. And also, if you want your living room in the video, send me a picture of your living room right now. Do not clean. It should be as messy as possible. You will understand this later, how messy it should be. Lars, you made it! Yes, I've heard from several of you there's a thunderstorm and lightning alerts in Norway. You have to be careful. Unplug your laptops and Wi-Fi and everything. Or at least be ready with the Wi-Fi cable. The network cable. When you see a lightning, take out the network so it doesn't go into our live stream. That would be trouble for all of us. Wow, time flies. It's 15 minutes before starting the whole thing. I'm gonna slowly open up for the last evil social media. Good evening, Facebook, and welcome to release party and season finale of Ugress live streams. This is the 15th show, actually. I'm so happy. This is also a release party for Scavenger Royale, which was out today. So we started streaming 15 minutes ago on YouTube. If you would like to hang out longer, you can check in next time on YouTube, where we stay a bit before and chat about everything and nothing. I'm gonna post a link to a Zoom meeting in a few seconds. You can participate by connecting to this Zoom and appear on the different screens throughout the performance. You will end up in the background, like if I can manage to find a room with here, you can see a Visual Basic hack seance where people are waving to you from Zoom at the moment. So going back to a sensible place here, and I will post the link. There you go. The link should appear on all platforms right now. I have to say this every time. This is only while we are performing live. It's Thursday evening at 10 minutes to 8 right now, and this is live streaming. If you try to connect to this meeting tomorrow when you're watching this as a recording, it's over. I know that you hope that time traveling would happen through Zoom, but it won't. This is only active right now. Jonas, thank you for your PayPal donation. It's already received. I see your message and I hope you're feeling good. I'm always appreciating you watching, and your house plants will be there tonight with some friends to help them in this summer heat. I also hope you have a great summer. And thank you everyone. I'm betting a lot of you are watching and you have already downloaded and quite possibly donated for grabbing the Scavenger Royale download from Bandcamp today. I'm super touched. So many of you, a lot of you have chosen to donate, and many of you have donated really high sums for this release. That is extremely nice of you, and that was it confirms my philosophy, where at the beginning in 1991, when I released my first music disc, I gave stuff away, not for free, but at that time you gave it away in exchange for information for somebody else's music disc. I wouldn't call it bartering, but it was kind of a system where I learned very early on that if you give something out, stuff will come back in one way or the other. That's the reason why I gave the album away today, because for the last year all of you guys have supported me through streaming, either on YouTube or on Spotify, which is one important income for me, or you're donating directly, or you're buying downloads or merchandise. So over the last year, I've survived this pandemic where suddenly 2/3 of my income just disappeared overnight. It might come back in 2 years or so. During that time, I survived on my audience, on you guys. You supported me, so it only feels fair to kind of, here's the album, and if this process, this reciprocity works for both of us, then that's a good platform. And I think that's one of the things I will keep working on for the next year. I've been so amazed by what we've built here. It's kind of a community, and to do these live streams once a month is fantastic for me as an artist as well as a human being. It's been a place to kind of connect with people and feel seen and kind of validated as an artist, because you need a stage to present your stuff. But it's also been a space where I can develop things and try out new ideas, and particularly the Patreon, which kind of runs parallel to the live streams. It's a fantastic places. So I'm feeling like we're just at the start of something awesome. Like I said already, I think back in December, I've committed to 5 seasons at least. So we're halfway. There's at least 2 more seasons. I'm hoping the pandemic is over, theoretically, but I think it's going to take some time. So I will keep doing monthly live streams for at least another year. And I'll talk more about that in the show itself. But this works so well for me, so I'll just keep doing it. I will check in with your comments now. I can't love anymore. Mikkel, there's a Denmark playing Belgium. How's it going? Wow, Henning is having rain in Norway. I'm also wishing for some kind of rain here or a storm to chill things down. Yep, surge protection from Tove. Joe, hi, good evening. Marcus, good evening. Oh, I wish I would go to northern Norway. You are not so far from Tromsø, right? Oh, I would love to be in Tromsø now and just chill Arctic fjords and ice. Alright, 5 minutes to starting or so. Oh wow, that's a fantastic pillow, Tova. Amazing. Oh, I will show you later, but now that can I put everybody on a bigger screen? There, it's a bit hard to see. Can I put that one on a bigger one? Check out, this is the AI that I'm training on the Zoom videos. So here you can see there's a couple. It thinks there's a couple in a room, or at least I know it tries to see a couple. Then I'm not sure what it's trying to find here, but it's picked up on everybody, or lots of you have bookshelves in the background. So it's learning to make bookshelves. There's of course one person often, but often here it's a sofa. I think that could be, it's like Patrick, and I think your kid, you're Patrick and a smaller person next to you. This is Jody, I know, because it's trying to recreate during the Christmas stream, you had a Christmas hat. So it's picked up on a hat and it's trying to recreate that. So this is the experiment where I'm trying to make Zoom audience with AI. So I would have like, I don't have exactly what to do with that, but we started last time. I'm recording, so I'm recording the Zoom also tonight. And once I have enough, I can see here, it's struggling a bit to create something properly, but I haven't let it run deep enough. So I won't be using it tonight, but I'll just show you how it is tonight. Just 1 hour south of Tromsø. I bet if you're in Tromsø, that's very close, right? Illustrate, hello. Oh, so lovely. I would love to be in rainy UK. Handsome Stranger 2000 is trying to connect with me on GeoCities. Oh, that sounds so exciting. Let me click on that. Chim Chim Cherry, I totally agree. I think live streaming will be an important part of every art, or not every, but many artists' toolset. It's gonna be one of things like concerts and releases and social media, and live streams will be part of this like arsenal of things you can do, and you can do some of them more than other. But I really enjoy doing them. It seems like they fit my mode, or I don't know, very well. I enjoy doing them a lot, and other artists, it doesn't fit for them. This I totally get, but for me it's like a perfect platform for developing and testing new stuff and celebrating a release. Yes. Because tonight is a party. Woohoo! Scavenger Royale is out, and that was 1 year of work, and this is something we developed through this year. I tested out songs in live streams and in Patreon. Patreon works more like behind the scenes. There I show how songs are going and what I'm struggling with and production stuff. And then slowly it's gonna build towards it's out today, and tomorrow it's gonna be super exciting to see. I started talking about how many streams it has today. So Candyslam has 200 streams so far. That is a lot actually compared to a normal day for a completely unknown track. That means that 200 people actually went to Spotify and on my profile discovered I have a new album, or they got the email and they listened to it from Spotify. This number is usually half of that. A new track with completely unknown has around 100 tracks. So I am very excited for tomorrow to see how well the album performs in total. Let's go to the kitchen and have some cake. Woohoo! I'll check in with the comments before starting in 3 minutes if there's anything I should reply to. Wow, Jody, did you not watch anything since Christmas? Yes, you're the worst fan ever. No cake for you. No cake for you. Marcus, yes, I'm so sick of wearing mask. I've been doing it for over a year now. Here it's been mask for everything for a year. And yes, check it out. I am vaccinated. If a virus, I will knock the virus dead with my finished vaccinated. I'm certified. Like yesterday, I was certified vaccinated. I can now breathe on you through the internet, and you will be completely safe. Katja, hey, there you are. You're back from Finland. Yes, this is Katja's cake. I made it for a private live stream, which is one of the things I should tell everybody about. That if you would like, you can hire me to do private live streams. I did one for Katja's birthday, and the cake is from there. So I'm recycling the cake from Katja's birthday party, where I did a private stream for her requests, and I made a living room out of their living rooms. I was performing in the living room. So if you want to hire me for your private concert, get in touch at Ugress, or just message me on whatever platform you're on, and we'll figure it out. Glad to see you could make it. I hope you had a good holiday in Finland. And Stuart, hello Wales. Alright, 1 minute. I'm gonna get ready to start. So, good evening and welcome to Ugress Livestreams episode 15. Let's make that a bit smaller. And it's a release party and it's a season finale of we have made 3 seasons, 15 episodes and an album, and it's time to celebrate. What happens when I press next? I'm gonna say welcome to this live stream. Very happy that you are here. There's a ton of comments in streaming by. If I do not manage to respond to your comment from here on and out, because now I will focus on the music and performance, I will read everything tomorrow, and if I can get back to you, I will, if there's something that gets back to you, or I will answer it later on the next live stream with where at the hangout before starting I reply to previous comments. So tonight it's an extended release party season finale live stream. Of course, it's a release party. There will be a concert, a longer concert. Normally I aim for around 45 minutes. Tonight it's going to be 1 hour or so with lots of songs from the album. I will play many of the songs. You have heard some of them before because I did that through the last year. I developed the songs in these live streams, but there will also be premieres of songs that has never before been played. I am vaccinated. This is awesome. That means this is free from viruses and no viruses gets by here. And in August and September we can do shows, and just yesterday we got the news that the show in Oslo at Parkteatret, we can start to sell more tickets and we can combine the 2 shows back into 1 show. And we think, and I think also Oslo thinks, that by August it should be possible to have even more in. So ticket sales have reopened for that concert. I will show you some new merch tonight and I will talk more about my future plans. But first, I promised you last time a theme song, and here it is. Thank you so much. And like I promised to make a theme song, so it's a work in progress, but I started it at least. And I tried to make it like an, I think Henning, you actually also posted a comment about this some time ago. Like, I love these 80s and 90s theme songs from cartoons or comedies or so. So I tried to make it in this vein of like 80s sitcom or kids show or something. So it's a work in progress. I will keep working on this for each episode, and eventually we will have a great theme song. Moving on to the next party. Yes, we are having a party, a release party, because Scavenger Royale is out today. And it's a free download from Bandcamp. I'm gonna post a link to the album right now. There you go. So the reason it's a free download is simply because over the last year developing this album, I have survived, and I've made it thanks to the support from my audience, from you guys. So it only felt fair in a way, and it also confirms my philosophy that to provide the music first and then get paid for it later is it always works out well for me. I know that this doesn't work for all other artists, but ever since I started in 1990 or so, like, the music comes first, and then I build on top of it. So I will just keep doing that. The live streams are free, and I'm surviving thanks to Patreon and your donations. And like this, the album is a free download, but a lot of you choose to pay for it. I'm very, very grateful for that. If you are on a device where you can't see links or comments or anything, the link is ugressbandcamp.com. I will now perform E-Pipe from 2000, which is the first vinyl release ever. Thank you so much for watching me finally nailing the flute part. I am actually really playing a flute. And the reason, it's one of my experiments. I'm experimenting with this. So what I'm doing actually is I'm going to turn off my voice. And then this is the voice. This is what I'm doing with my voice. Like, put it a bit more there. So what I do... So it's all fake. Like, I'm just playing this tone. I don't know how to make different tones, but I know how to breathe. So I breathe into the flute. And then the computer, of course, knows how to do things in tune. So I leave that to the computer and leave the weird things to me. So the reason I'm doing this, or like in 2004 or 5, that's not the reason, but in 2004 or 5, we were on tour and there was a lady came up to us after the show and she was like, I can hear a flute in the music, but there's no flutist on stage. What are you doing? And I'm like, oh, it's sample-based electronica. Did you hear, do you see a saxophone, a bass player, a synthesizer factory on stage? It's all fake. I mean, so anyway, I am now, 20 years later. Lady, it's a real flute on stage. I just did it. That was what I was playing, a saluflute, willow flute in English. Here is Anemoia 22.
There's a tree. It consists of memories. A fool is carefully climbing the tree. Though the branch it reaches is not the branch it reaches for. The memories must protect themselves. They are hunted by the thoughts. Each memory has its own story. To protect these stories, they camouflage. Full times and the memories take. Remembrance is to dance with ghosts.
thank you so much. That was Anemoia 22 from today's album release, Scavenger Royale. And thank you, Henning, for zooming everybody in and out of images. And thank you, everybody on Zoom, for participating in my ruins. So I'm going to quickly just tell you how to support artists. Well, the computer crashes and reloads over there. So one way to support artists, or the best way to support artists actually, is to watch and stream like you're doing right now. That is the best form for support, I think, because that's a platform for, I think, the most, I think Fran Leibowitz had something super important, that what is more important than great art is a great audience. Without an audience, no artist develops. So having an audience to develop for and to show things for and to interact with, that is super important. Both on Spotify or on YouTube or with piracy or whatever. Just to be seen and have that conversation, super important. What helps in that world, if you save tracks to playlists, Spotify algorithms learn that this track is important and it rises a bit higher in the algorithms, which means that I will be exposed to more people. Of course, you can also wear merchandise. I will show you some merchandise later. That is the traditional kind of punk attitude, selling merchandise on shows. And the modern version of direct donation. You can Vips or PayPal me direct donations. That helps a lot. I'm super grateful for those. I thank everybody I can after the show. And there's also Patreon monthly support. But probably one of the best ways to stay in touch is mailing list. You can sign up for my mailing list on ugress.io, so I have a way to reach you when there is a new album or a concert or a live stream is happening. Because on social media, I have to pay to reach you. Like if I want to show you on Facebook that, and you are interested, actually you want to know that Ugress is having a live stream tonight, I have to pay Facebook to place that in your feed. That doesn't scale. It doesn't scale for me. I can't do that. I can't base on advertising. So sign up for my mailing list is probably the best way to go outside of the big tech giants. Now we will go away from this planet and into space.
Kosmonaut.
Thank you so much. I keep forgetting that the applause is fake. I feel like responsible to say that the applause is of course fake. I press a button and it randomly picks a bunch of applause and laughter samples from laugh tracks. So that is fake. And want to know something super interesting? Michael, thank you Michael, alerted me this morning that this person, it's Valentina Tereshkova. It's the first woman in space. She was in space in 1963. Holy fuck, that's like 300 years ago. And she was in a tiny capsule and she went out into space. And this is one awesome woman. She had an anniversary from space last night. And I'm like, why isn't she in charge of Russia? That would be great. Okay, now I'm banned from lots of places on this planet, and that's why when I'm banned from all of these places, I will go here. This is Yakushima. I'm gonna put that a big here. I went here by boat. Here you see me arriving to the island. Here is the island, and that's me at that spot. And what is great about that is that this is the place where Princess Mononoke was inspired, or this is where the forest for Princess Mononoke comes from. It's an island south of Japan. I went there 3-4 years ago and filmed lots of moss in the forest. You know, I'm obsessed with moss. So here's your apathy is important to us in the forests of Yakushima. thank you so much for patience with me exploring the flute. And I think if the flute lady from 2004 was here, she would now be, why do you have a flute on stage? This is madness. So clearly, I need a bit more practice and rehearsing, but that is what I enjoy with these live streams. It's a place to try out new ideas. So I think slowly I will kind of figure out how is this flute going to be used. Like the violin took ages to find out the... Now I feel like I have okay control over... Oh, hi, Mark and Milena. Thank you so much. Now I have okay control over the violin, so it's going to take me like some while to get control over the flute. But eventually, when I'm 82 years old, I'm going to be okay with a bunch of instruments. So, moving on to going to the cave and an advertising break. Woohoo! I'm going to show you some merchandise. I'm going to post a link to the merchandise in the comments right now. If you're on a device where you cannot access the comments, there you see an on-screen link, but you can go directly to the merch store here. And of course, there is full Scavenger Royale artwork is now exclusively available in the store. You can get your bedding or your t-shirt or your weekend bag to go. But more importantly, we have the traditional outfits. Here we see, it's me. Wearing this. And if you look, observe the nice detail with the socks. Our model here is wearing a t-shirt at only 15 euros per piece and super sexy Ugress logo t-shirts. And here we see Max Buffer, and he just got a message on his mobile phone which he takes out from a Snowdrop mobile pouch. Would you look at that? I have the same. Oh my god, we're so cool. Both me and Max Buffer have the same mobile pouch with Snowdrop. Snowdrop, yay, forever. And then, oh, look at this strapping young man. It's Jim Bates of Faxbat. He's on his way to the beach. And look, he has a very nice Ugress tote bag. And he's talking on the phone, telling all his friends, I'm on the way to the beach. And I'm having my tote bag with me. Will you come and join me and look cool together with me? And look at, oh my god, this is Wizard, the emo goth personality in Ugress. And if you look, he's bursting out of his wizard uniform, and it turns out he's wearing a Ugress logo underneath. Is this because he is Ugress, or is he me? But he's a wizard? Is he like a superhero? But he tricked the super. It's impossible to say. But if you get your merch from this store, you will be as cool as these persons. So thank you for your patience with that. We will now go to your living room. Oh my god. Holy shit. Where are we? Hey. Max, can you... Oh, there's Snowdrop! Snowdrop! Where... Can you see where we are? Wizard! Burst out of your superhero costume! We need to figure out where we are! Oh no. But maybe... If somebody knows where we are... Oh look, it's so refreshing, go outside. If somebody knows where we are, maybe they could post in the comments the location of here. Where are we? post your location in the comments.
Germany. 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 Le Francois. Le Francois. Leipzig. Leipzig. Wales. Right.
Almost home. And Schrader in perfect pitch.
Livestream. I'm inside the stream. Bangkok. Brooklyn. Mexico.
Thank you. And we ended up in Trondheim, actually. I don't know if this photo is in Trondheim, but that was the final word in this conversation. And these are all your living rooms. You sent them to me in December when I asked for, like, please send me your messy living rooms. So what I wanted for this track was to have it like, this is Battle 22 from 2004, actually. And my idea with this track was to make like a epic battle. All of these characters were gonna fight it out with lots of explosions and stuff. You saw I started working with explosions and battles with the killing off all the dares in the previous episode. So I wanted to have a battle here. But I didn't get so far. I just had to recycle characters. I was so preoccupied with releasing the album. So I will keep working on this. If you want your living room or bedroom or where you're watching this right now, just send a photo from where you are right now, what you're looking at right now, and I will integrate that into my epic battle sometime in the next season. Yep. I will just quickly show you how it went with the AI experiment. Last time I asked for hello, lots of, oh cool, you printed the logo, so cool. Oops. Low right there. There's the AI. I recorded the Zoom call. I'm doing that right now. And then I train an AI. You can see under here is an AI on the system. And it's kind of pick. This is a great example because here you see Soon, you can see Patrick. Okay, here I think this is Jody. It's trying to recreate Jody, and here, look, it's trying to recreate you guys. Patrick, I think it's trying to make your living room and you guys. I need more recordings to give to the system. So this isn't done yet. I think sometimes in the autumn I will be able to present like a functional work of, oh. Oh no. The graphics computer crashed. I'm a little bit happy for that because I prepared this backdrop that if it crashes, I will need a blue screen background to alert me that it crashed. And now it did, so I'm a bit, yay, it crashed. I'm currently reloading the next song, which is beep, chip, beep, boop, Trigger 22, which I will now perform to you. A crash log was found on your computer. No, I will try to perform that.
Jeg går nå inn i det fremmede skipet. Jeg kan bevege meg naturlig her inne. Jeg svarer ikke på anrop. Men vi rapporterer alt jeg ser. Alt annerledes. I hvert fall vi har vært døde lenge. Kan det nesten virke som
Her kan vi jo sitte i orkester som de siste dagers hellige og se hele vår kjære sivilisasjon gå til helvete. Ja, det eneste forsvarlige sted å leve er jo her. I og av menneskenes avfall. Når man er snylter, og det ikke lenger er noen ideologiske dører å åpne. Nå filosofiene, selve mennesketanken. Selve mennesketanken er jo faen ikke verden å tørke seg i ræva med. Når materiens seier over ånden er fullbrakt, da er vår plass her. du ikke burde ha sett. Det er uheldig. Det er meget uheldig for deg. Man kan ikke flykte fra sin egen virkelighet. Man kan ikke flykte fra sin egen virkelighet.
Thank you so much. That was Trigger 22 from 2002. It's amazing how fast time flies. And it's also been 1 year of Patreon. I'm just super quickly going to tell you about Patreon because there's always 2 or 3 new people jumping into Patreon every month. And most of them say, whoa, I had no idea you had a Patreon. So I'm just going to tell you, I have one. It's a way to support artists with a monthly subscription. Check that out, happen in the background. It's good that it happened during an ad segment. So back to it's reloading while I'm making advertisements. So Patreon is a way to support artists with a monthly subscription. And what my Patreon over 1 year has developed into is kind of like you can go behind the scenes. There are 3 different tiers. You can have 4 or 8 or 16 euros per month. And the 4 euro one is music. You get a track or a sketch or some music every month. Music plus video gets you the music plus a video. That's usually a recording of something I did or backstage videos and stuff. And live plus music plus video is one extra live stream per month where I often, like yesterday, we had a general rehearsal for today. Last week we had a pre-release. You got the album 1 week before everybody else, and back in August and February I was posting work in progress with the album. So that's a way. I know that it's not for everybody, but if you're interested in that, that's a great way to support me and get a view into my process and be part of developing new stuff. Quickly about the future, because we are actually almost at the end. there's 2 more tracks before finished. It's a bit overtime, but I think you will forgive me. I will now perform Candyslam Rainbow Massacre, which was a long process. It was a lot of work with that track. I'm very happy it's finally released, and that was a very patient process through Patreon. Actually, it was a completely different track back in August, but developing, and then finally it's out today. I will perform it in 2 minutes. Just quickly before that, I will let you know what's gonna happen in the future. Look, it's a storm outside. You can hear the sirens. So here's my plan for the next year. Super quickly, this is stuff, I talk more about this in Patreon. I write monthly journals, like what's happening, what will happen. But just quickly, an overview. I will keep live streaming for at least 2 more seasons, so at least for 1 more year, and probably way more, but I only have planned for 1 more year. In August and September, we will start do concerts again. Like ticket sales have been reopened, and I think in 1 or 2 weeks, even more ticket sale will reopen. I will get back to releasing singles, about 1 every 2nd month or so in August and September. Patreon stuff will happen every month, and next album will be in 1 year. So pretty much what happened the last year will happen again. What I'm not sure about in this plan is the frequency of stuff. The last year, it was once per month. That was sometimes a bit too much, particularly when I had to do festivals or film production or stuff like that. So what I'm thinking is the frequency is pretty good actually, but I'm gonna scale down the ambition for some of the productions. So maybe every second live stream will have this kind of production, but every other second will be a bit, it's me in a hotel room playing on a tiny MIDI keyboard. It's the same music, but it's way less production values. That makes it easier for me to actually pull off a monthly stream and keep the community growing and building, while not always having to produce like it's crushing things. So with that, we move on into, it's going to be a great future next year. Here's Candyslam Rainbow Massacre.
You got the music. Don't need my love no more.
Thank you, everybody. Wow. Lots of well coding. Have a fantastic summer. And I see you in August.